Hey y'all. So I have been resting, and while I've been resting, I've been having some crazy dreams that I'll talk about in another video. Okay, you guys? Because I had to pick them apart. Some had some scriptures behind them. One I'm still kind of trying to figure out, but I've had three dreams. I know one of them was about this guy doing this random shooting in my dream, and he was like close to us. And this is a very long story short. Um, and the FBI agents and SWAT, all of them were called out to this place in Florida. And when I woke up, there was a news story about somebody. They don't know who it is. In my dream, it was a guy, and I couldn't see any faces or anything, just like they don't know who this person is in Florida for real, in real life, just shooting a whole bunch of random people. Okay, you guys, so I don't know. Anyway, I've been trying to write them down. I bought me a new book. Oh, well, I had new notebooks, so I started a new notebook so I could just go down, pick confirmations, pick revelations, pick scriptures to what to what I'm being shown. But this video is going to be about visions, a vision that I had today and two that I had yesterday because they've already come to pass, at least from what I've seen. There could be more, of course, but let me see my paper at. So this morning I had a vision of a circular spot, and it was weird because I was thinking, what in the world? At first, I knew I knew that this spot was on the ground, and it was to the left of me on my road here, and it would be about the size of it was perfectly round, and it would be about the size of a soccer ball. And I was thinking, because I knew it was there, and then it like disappeared. And for the last couple hours while I was at work, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe like a sinkhole. Okay. And so I had another visual. I'll talk about that in a minute. So it wasn't until I saw It's Impossible, that is Impossible's channel, and they're talking about a tunnel discovered by the Japanese that was on the moon. And they're talking about the story, and he's talking about how some people think the moon is like a holographic or invisible or whatever and whatever. But if this vision, I knew this thing was there, and then it went away. And that's what made me think of Sinkhole. Um, so anyway, this is probably some type of tunnel they believe they discovered. And this kind of makes sense because he started talking about people seeing objects flying into the moon. You guys, I made a video about a month and a half ago, probably, about me seeing this silver object. It didn't look like a plane. It kind of looked like a plane, but it wasn't a plane, and it was just silver. And as close as I was, it got closer and closer, closer to the moon, and then it just disappeared. I was waiting for it to come across the moon or behind the moon, and I never saw it come out from the other side. And if you've been with me long enough to know, that day I thought was kind of going crazy. I know I'm not seeing things. Um, who knows what this thing is? If objects are actually flying into the moon, but I know that there's been another instance where I was driving. It was a relatively bright day, like no chemtrails and real clouds, and I seen that same colored object just flying, and then it just disappeared. And this was probably about 3 weeks ago, and I forgot to mention it. It wasn't near the moon or anything. It just same color object. Let me go on because people think I'm crazy. Um, Speaking of the moon, our sister did mention the fact that she saw the moon just it had some spots on it, and I don't know why we got on the topic of the moon, but I did have a dream where the moon was spinning out of control and had like these polka dots in it, just a whole bunch of holes. And when he was talking about maybe them experimenting on the moon with like nuclear stuff, who knows, you guys? We'll have signs in the moons and the stars and in the sun, and who knows what they're doing. They if you don't remember, they did try to blow up Saturn, or they were thinking that they wanted to try to blow up Saturn to make it a second sun. So who knows what they're doing. um Let me go on. Also, a vision that I had yesterday. Oh, before I forget, there was this more undefined, larger, same colored vision that popped up to the right of the one that I saw. I don't know what it is. It's just a large mass also on the ground. So I'm going to put that in there because I need to write that down. I didn't write it down because I saw them before I went to work this morning. So the two visions that I had yesterday point to two things. One being vaccines. There was a story in my newsfeed, and it showed this image of a brain, and it showed the activity in the brain and the same shape that I saw, the color images that they were showing from the testing. Basically, long story short, I'm going to leave the video below. It's from 2005, and the video itself is not that long. It's maybe 7 minutes, I believe, and it is talking about vaccines that change the behavior of people, and they were specifically talking about religious beliefs, radical religious people, but over in the Middle East, and that's what they made it for. They were going to distribute these vaccines and basically try to change the behavior of radical, I think they said in Afghanistan. So making it sound like they were only targeting radical Islam in this particular instance. But you guys, this kind of creeped me out. I don't take vaccines. I don't let my son take vaccines. He had to have one 2 years ago before he had to go to the eighth grade. And I forgot what it was. But they've been trying to get me to give him other vaccines, and I won't. I just never have gotten him all those vaccines that they suggested that we give them. I did when he was a baby because I didn't know any better. But from now on, from for about the last, I say 6, 7 years, I haven't. So I'm gonna leave the video below. I suggest everybody watch it uh, because it changes. It's supposed to calm down the behavior of radical religious people. Well, if you're on fire for God, they're trying to change your mind, basically, because they didn't exclude Christianity, you guys. It was kind of disturbing. And also another video from another vision that I had yesterday was about objects around the sun, and the sun doing strange things, and the sun along with these objects, how they're interacting. And it clearly shows another object in the sky. Some think it's the sun simulator. I call it the planet moon thingy. I have video of it here on my channel. Sometimes randomly people come on my channel and say, "You're crazy, this and that, this, that." I'm like, listen, I got video of this stuff on my channel. Other people have it too. So whatever. I'm going to leave the video below. Please watch it if you feel, and it's just him letting it play after the first 2 minutes, and it's music, so you could speed it up. But it's really interesting, and this is a video from that guy in the UK who originally filmed something, some type of eclipse or whatever object passing by the moon, by the sun, during the time of Hurricane Ophelia in the red skies, okay? And one more thing, I'm going to see if this brother will allow me to. I'm sure he doesn't mind. I'm going to link his Facebook page below. He has some video of some type of that appears to be laser action, and this comes after you guys, the Department of Defense saying that they were going to try to use some type of laser technology. He's showing it, I guess, in the sky around the sun or near the sun, and you can see the laser symmetrically coming down, just like a laser show. And you guys, this is like the third time I've heard about this laser stuff. After I had that open vision of a green laser dot on my pinky. These things are precise. They can, it just very well may be, along with microwave technology, may be the reason why some houses are burnt and some are not in California, and whatever other method that they want to use to do whatever they want to do here in these last days. Okay, I'm gonna leave all videos below, and I'll just simply link this brother's video or his post below in the description box. I have so much to talk about. I'll come back later. I didn't want this to be too long. Okay, you guys.